A guy makes a girl walk home because she's not worth a $7 Uber. Guys, this is it's getting from bad to worse. And then you know what the funniest thing is? This woman has the absolute nerve to then try to shame the dude, like calling him ick. I mean, this is where it's going right now. These, you're shaming this dude because he doesn't want to spend $7 on you, but here you are walking home because you don't have $7 to get your own Uber. Like, guys, think about that really, really carefully. She does not have $7 to get her own Uber. I want to show you guys the video. I want you guys to look at this. Shout out to Alexander Grace. I got the video from his channel. I'm going to link him in the description so you can go and check him out. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video.
Feeling absolutely humbled. I just go home with this guy in an Uber. Like, we're like pretty close vicinity, you know. So he's like, what's your address? Like, I'm gonna put it in the Uber to see how much, like, whatever. I live 3 blocks away, so it's not that big of a deal. This guy looks at me and goes, sorry babe, you have to walk home because the Uber is $7 extra if I drop you off at your apartment. He said, that's a lot. I've never gotten the ick faster than I just did right now. So I'm walking home alone at 2 in the morning. And let me just say, this is the same man that has asked me out like consecutively. Like, he works at a hedge fund. You don't have $7 to drop my ass off 3 blocks away.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dick move. It's late in the city, it's potentially dangerous. As a man, you make sure she gets home safely. And obviously, this was going to make her lose attraction to him. That part was predictable. But let me ask you this question, because she says indignantly, you can't spend $7 to take me 3 blocks? $7, that's cheap. Like, that's weird. Why wouldn't he spend that money? But here's my question. Why didn't she? It's only $7, as she says. If it's such a small amount of money that it's negligible, why not just pay it yourself?
This is where things get pretty interesting. Like I said, I called it out a moment ago, and it's very, very true. These women are out here putting men on blast, going over dudes. Alex is such a great guy. I've been thinking about asking him to come on and do a podcast with me. I don't know if I can get him on, but I do know Alex. He's a really, really good guy. Really, really good guy. I'm glad that his channel's really taken off over the last couple of years. But I said it from the very, very beginning. I said it from the very, very, very beginning, y'all, that why can't she spend $7? I want to show you guys something else. This is not the only situation. Check this video out right here. Check this out. Girlhood. And we'll pause it. Him making me walk home alone at 3 a.m., but texting me the next morning to make sure I got home safe, just so I think he actually cares and is the nicest guy ever. Y'all see what's going on right now? Y'all see what's going on? The men that are going out with these women don't value them at all. They don't value these women. And if these guys are not getting, if something is not happening at the end of the night, then they don't then they don't care. Guys, when this guy texting her like the next day to make sure she got home safely, the next morning to make sure she got home safely, he's not texting her to make it look like he's a nice guy. Although, sure, he wants to look nice. The reason why he's texting her is to make sure that she actually got home, so that he doesn't, so that, like, just in case something happened and and something happens later on and her family's like, oh, she went, they haven't heard from her. He has that as evidence to show that, no, he spoke to her that morning. It's obvious that she got home, so that's not his problem. He's doing that just to cover his butt in case of legal liability. The men that are really going on dates now, they don't care anything about these people. If they don't get to smash at the end of the night, that's really, like, the guy is like, yeah, well, I didn't get anything out of this. It was a waste of money. I'm not spending another dime on you. I'm just being so real. Like, the guy who worked at the hedge fund, that was personal. Him telling her that he would not spend the extra $7. That was 100% personal. The way that dates used to work is it would be a dinner, a movie, and then Hulk smash, you know? And now that's not how it works anymore. Because Chad and Tyrone, they get it up front, they get it for free. And then if you're a man of value, you're gonna have to, you may never get it at all. They'll make you go on multiple dates and you still don't get anything. Or you have to be in a relationship with them and they'll make you wait 8 months just to get something that Chad and Tyrone got for free, and you won't be getting on a regular basis either. You'll get it once or twice, or they'll start using it as a means of trying to entrap you into a committed relationship and then marriage. And then after you get married, you get no more because it goes right back to it. Because then Chad and Tyrone, they get it exclusively again. So now that you're married, you don't get it anymore, only for the purpose of having a baby. So that they, or a couple of babies, so that they can get even more money out of you when they leave you. But beyond that, no. Guys, there's so many videos online right now of women who are going on dates. I talked about this, and the guy is refusing to pay for their meal. And the guy's like, "No, I'm paying for my meal." He's either like, "Well, are we gonna smash?" And they're like, "No, we're not." Okay, then you can pay for your own meal. And she's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He's like, "You can pay for your own meal and you can find your own way home." And she's like, I can't get home." He's like, "Take an Uber." She's like, "I don't have money for an Uber. You brought me here." And it's like, guys, these women are like, they're living like infants, like children right now. You don't have money to pay for your meal. You don't have money you don't have money to take you home. You basically, they're being so dishonest. They feel like they can take advantage of men. They can take whatever they want from men. Men have to be honest while they can be dishonest. And they don't realize that men can turn around and say no, because they believe that all men are completely scared of them. And there's a video where like this woman, she starts disrespecting this man, and people are like, "No, this has to be staged." It's not staged. He's taking her on a date, and she starts complaining because he said that he's taking her to Starbucks, and she's like, "You told me we were gonna go get drinks," and he's like, "Yeah, we're going to Starbucks." She's like, "No, I thought we were gonna get drinks with food." Guys, how the hell do you tell someone we're gonna go get drinks, and somehow they think that it means drinks with food? And then she gets into the car and she's covered in tattoos. I would say she looks kind of busted. And she's like how beautiful, she's like saying how beautiful she is. And you can't take someone as beautiful as her to go and get Starbucks. And I'm like, what? Dude, she looks like she is hungry and starving. And like, this dude just basically flips out on her. It's like, "Bro, I have a good job. I'm driving a nice car. I've got," I think he's like, "I've got a house. You don't live anywhere. Like, what do you live in right now?" And she's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter." Basically, it doesn't matter he's like, dude said literally, like, he's like, "I met you at the supermarket. All right. You're a cashier. Like, how much money do you make? You make what, minimum wage? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter." So she's here shaming this man for taking her to Starbucks on the first date just to get to know each other. And he said, "We're just going to get drinks." I could understand if she thought that he meant, drinks as in alcohol, but no, she said, she thought he meant drinks that would come with food. In other words, she had no interest in him at all, and she was just looking for a free meal. She was hungry. So basically, she starts going off on him, and he tells her, "Nah, I'm done with this." He pulls over to the side of the road and tells her to get out. She gets out the car and starts screaming in the streets, "This man doesn't have any money. He's broke, y'all. He's broke. He's broke." And then you wonder why the men are rushing away, running away, and going over to Thailand and the Philippines. And Soraya's fighting hard to get men into Germany. Brothers are white dudes are going over to Africa. I kept telling y'all, don't sleep on it. I kept telling y'all, you want to see, I was the first one to call it. All right. And when you see it happening all around you guys, remember Angry Guy said it. You can see a bunch of white dudes in Africa getting African wives. Many of you don't believe me. There's a lot of white dudes who want black women, but they don't want the attitudes here in America. All right. And you're gonna see all these white men going over to Africa, getting black wives in Africa, and walking around and like looking like there's something out of Wakanda. And don't ever forget, Angry said it first. Okay? Angry said it first. Because right now, it's literally about a reallocation of men. Men are moving all around the world, and it's going to become a tradition, leaving America to go overseas and find a wife, and a lot of people are just never going to come back. A big part of one of the biggest values of finding a woman overseas for a lot of men will be them being able to relocate to those countries with ease and comfort, being able to find property, own property over there. Like, for example, when you go to a country and you have a wife, you have a girlfriend, you have a wife in that country or a partner in that country, it makes it easier to learn the language. It makes it easier to understand the customs. It makes it easier to purchase property. It makes a lot of things easier. So that is a benefit of being, and for example, a lot of these women are very traditional. So it's like you go over to these countries and the woman will, you're not marrying her, and she will cook for you. She will clean for you. She will make your life easier. And this is a part of just being a girl. Like, we don't have girls in them. We don't have, it's a strange thing, but like the women that we have in America, they don't know what it means to be a girl anymore. They've completely disconnected with femininity. They're all they're all masculine. They're all masculine. And it's like I've seen some dudes like on social media now, and they just start screeching like, we told y'all ladies we don't want to, about that masculine energy, and you didn't listen to us about that masculine energy. We don't want that around us. And it's like these women did not listen, and now these men are picking up and leaving. And it's like, you see the inflation, you see everything falling apart. Like, guys, this girl in the first video, she has no money. She has no money. All right. She could not afford a $7 Uber. She's walking in the streets at that time. What does that tell you? And she looks comfortable out there too, because it's from the streets that they came, and it's to the streets that they shall return. Okay, we don't know these women. Just the way that women live their lives in Western society today is absolutely terrible.
Didn't that even occur to her? Why were the only options in her mind man pays or I walk home?
Because she's broke, Alex. She doesn't have any money. Guys, they are brokies. They are brokies, dusties and brokies. They don't have any money. They don't have any money. They can't afford an Uber. Forget about a meal. Forget about a dinner. They can't even pay. They can't pay rent. They can't pay their phone bill. They have Metro PCS. It's $30 a month, and they still can't afford it.
The answer is that women are cheap. I mean cheap in that they are unwilling to spend money. They are stingy. I mean cheap in the way that women use the word cheap when they want to insult a man.
Cheap man. Girls, please stay away from...
Here's the thing. Alex is like, girls are cheap. Yes and no. If a woman has money to spend, she will spend endlessly. For example, if this woman had money in her pocket, like if she had money, she would laugh. She'd literally be like, ew, I just called my own Uber. I got in the Uber and he took me home. Okay. So it's if money was not an issue, she would have taken it for $7. $7 is not a lot of money in today's. If you can get an Uber for $7, but here's the thing though, if she was to call an Uber, it wouldn't cost $7 probably, and I'll explain why. It's $7 more for him to drop for the driver to drop her off. But if she were to call an Uber entirely on her own, it probably would have been more like a minimum of $11 to $12, or maybe as much as $13 or $15. Because you have to think about it. It was on the way, right? So it would have been $7 extra because it's on the way. But no driver is going to want to pick someone up for $7. Like guys, think about it. A $7 Uber today. Like, I don't know where y'all live. I haven't seen it. the last time I saw an Uber, I think, for like $10, $11 and maybe $9 was before the events of 2020. I have not seen an Uber for less than like $10, $11, for like $11 since, or $12 since since the events of 2020. With this inflation, I don't know, like maybe in some other states, but a $7 Uber, no, nobody's picking you up. No one is picking you up for $7. So that would have been anywhere from a minimum of $10 probably to maybe around 15, right? And the thing is, girls lie. Girls 100% lie. She said that it was 3 blocks, but it could have been way more than that. It could have been way more than 3 blocks. The truth is that Alex is saying that it's because girls are stingy. No, bro, it's because she's broke. It's 100% because she's broke. Because think about this carefully. At that time of night, while some dudes would just walk it, some dudes would just call an Uber too. I think a lot of dudes would walk it, but then again, especially like that late at night, if it was dangerous out, a lot of dudes like would just call an Uber. It really depends. And like I said, I don't know if it's really 3 blocks, so a lot of dudes would just probably call an Uber. She's broke. She don't got it. She don't got it. And that guy, the hedge fund guy, what he did was personal. It was 100%. To be honest with you, a lot of men are telling lies today. Like this dude may not have even worked at a hedge fund, because like what dudes are doing now is they're creating personas. And for example, they'll create a persona. They'll figure out, look at statistics, the kind of things that women are buying, the kind of jobs that they're looking for. Oh, he works at a hedge fund, so he has a lot of money. He works with a lot of money, so he's blah 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 blah. So the guy creates a persona. He doesn't have really a lot of money at all, but he's creating this. This persona, like, well, I have all of this money. I work for this company. I work for so and so capital. Dude might even create a fake resume. Everything. This is how serious dudes are right now. All right. Create fake resumes, show an education, like graduated from Harvard University, attend, with a JD, blah, 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 practice those lines, create a backstory. And it sounds crazy. And a lot of dudes do this just to get jobs, even. And they'll do this with girls now. They'll do this with women. And he goes out with her and he doesn't get anything. He's like, I'm not wasting that $7. I'm not wasting that $7. And the truth is, here's the thing. He also very well may work at a hedge fund. And he's looking, and the way he views her is literally like a good time. Like the term recreational use only is going around a lot. And basically he was like, that was for recreational use only. Nothing happened there. So I'm not investing another dime in it, which is another reason why he actually may work at a hedge fund, because those are investments right there. So he's basically hedging his bets. Like, yeah, I'm not spending another dime. I'm not investing another dime in something I'm not getting anything out of. Like, goodbye. I'm not putting another penny into you. I would rather take that money and give it to the homeless, or help some starving little children in Africa, but I'm not giving you that. I'm not giving that money to you. I would rather buy a pack of cigarettes and then quit immediately. So throw them in the trash and say, good job, then spend $7 for an Uber for you. Okay? Like, it's really that serious,
To a lot of women, a man being cheap is a red flag, but have these women ever looked in the mirror?
Stop dating cheap guys. Is he showing you the cheapest menu options, saying that's the most delicious? Is he counting how many drinks you have? Is he not willing to send you an Uber when you're coming over to his place?
Guys, look at this. Look at this. And now men, that's why they're so furious about soft guy era, because men are flipping the script on them and saying, nah, you're going to have to pay for some stuff. You're going to have to take care of me. They don't have any money. Maybe Alex mentions it later in the video, but he's not picking up on it. They are broke. These women are broke. They are broke. Women are stingy when it comes to spending money on someone else, but they love to spend their money on themselves. If they have it, they will spend all of their money on themselves. All right? They don't have any money. They are broke, y'all. They are brokies. By the way, guys, I have another channel called Angry, where I discuss gaming, anime, geek stuff, nerd stuff, real world stuff, and whatever else interests me. There's a link to it in the description of the video. Go check it out. Subscribe to the channel. support my work. And if you're enjoying the content on this channel, you want to see even more of this content, I release new videos on men walking away every day. That's another of my channels. There's a link to the Men Walking Away channel in the description of the video. Go and check the Men Walking Away channel out. There's a link to a description of the video. I release daily videos. If you're enjoying the content on the Angry Guy channel and you want even more content like this content, head over to Men Walking Away. Check that out. Subscribe to the channel. Support my work. Guys, I'm telling you, look at this. Guys are making women walk home because they're not worth a $7 Uber. Okay? Men are in their soft guy era. Men are in their soft guy era, and they're not taking it anymore. Let me know what you guys think regarding this. I want to hear your thoughts on it, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, Men Walking Away. And cheers.